I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy weekend to you. Happy solstice to you as well. Happy summer to you in the northern hemisphere. Happy winter to those of you that are in the southern hemisphere. And happy to have you here with me. So we've got some stuff that we'll do today to celebrate solstice. We'll do a little bit in the beginning, and then we'll get into readings. But before we do that, let's bring in some beautiful, beautiful love energy from the upper realms, that beautiful, eternal, unconditional love energy. So I'll hit the singing bowl 3 times. And as we're doing that, just imagine that love flowing down and filling up our heart, going into our mind and our thoughts and our heart and our emotions and our energetic fields, our auras, our chakras, our meridians within our bodies, and then our physical bodies too, which is all of our blood and our organs and muscles, bones, whatever we need, and let it fill us up and then flow out to the world, allowing it to do whatever it wants to do out there to help raise the love vibration of the planet. Also, something that I mentioned, what we can do while we're listening to the singing bowl echo out is think of something that just one thing that we're grateful for right here, right now, in this moment that allows us to immediately start raising our love vibration, but allows us to receive messages from spirit, and whatever we're focusing on being grateful for, it also amplifies that, magnetizes us to receive that. So, we'll do that. If you want to join me, we can take a big deep breath as we begin. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let's put the singing bowl over here. All right. So we have some solstice stuff that we'll do here in a moment. But do want to welcome everyone. Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. Happy weekend to you. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. I'm bruddaZEN. We've got a great group of people, my Zen friends who have huge hearts, great senses of humor. So 2 things we can definitely use in this life as a human. So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. You're definitely welcome here. How the readings will work. Free readings, I do go down in order. First come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list or anything like that. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. Or if you don't want to put your business out there, or you don't know like what you want to ask, you can ask for a general reading. We'll pull 1 to 2 cards for the free readings. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those. Step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then once I'm done, I return back to the main chat. You can use the super chat at the bottom to make a donation, or in the description box of the video, I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And I don't have any set dollar amounts. Whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person. The rate of exchange is different. The cost of living is different across the world. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. And then after that, my YouTube channel members do get second priority for their free readings. So we have one here. You'll see their names in green with the little badges. Moonlight 5, hello. And Christina Lowe as well, hello. So good to see everybody. If you're interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, there's a link down below that talks about that. I have 2 levels. Zen Cricket $2.99, Praying Mantis $7.99. Get together on Thursday nights too as a group together, and 2-3 hours. Sometimes it will go longer. Unlimited tarot readings and oracle readings and past life readings, whatever we want to do. And then my Praying Mantis member, that higher level, we get together on Friday and Saturday nights after these sessions, and after my Sunday afternoon session too. So if you're interested, you can check that out down below. And then also, of course, happy birthday to all you Cancer sun babies. We did have a video came out, one of my last sun videos, since I'm going to be refocusing my energies on a weekly podcast that will be coming up called The Easier Path. Not the easy path, because we know this path isn't easy, but how to make the path easier. So we'll do that. Also, of course, today's solstice. So I do have the last of the solstice readings by each of the individual, what would you call them? Elements. That's what they are, like air signs, water signs, etc. So if you want to check those out, those are all free there. And if you haven't got into the weekly drawings, here is a video that talks about the winners from May, but also in the last half talks about my June giveaways. I'm giving away each week a personal recorded reading. We have 2 down and 2 to go. Next Tuesday is when I'll draw the next winner. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in getting into that drawing. I think that was the main things here. Oh, yeah, the other thing I kind of mentioned, I put out some posts on the social media about, YouTube has put out on the mobile app a community. There was already a community tab, but they expanded it to be where, if you go onto the mobile app, there's view community, and if you go in there, you can actually post. You should be able to post like pictures, and so we can help support one another as we go through our adventures too, which I think will be really in alignment with my weekly podcast that I'll eventually be doing, which is specifically talking about things on our, that we deal with, and how to make our path easier, so we can all share things that have made our lives easier, or go like, how do you deal with this? And we can all chime in and help each other out too. So I love building our Zen friend community even more. So those were the announcements, blah, 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 blah. All right. So I think that was for the main things. Now let's do a couple things about it's Litha, or of course, mostly known as the summer winter solstice period. It is the longest day of the year. So at least in the northern hemisphere, because we're tilted toward the sun. So this is going to be the longest day. And then it starts to become less and less and less until we hit the winter solstice. So on the southern hemisphere, because they're tilted away, it's the shortest day of the year since it's winter, the beginning of winter, down under and down in the southern hemisphere. Some things we can do. I'm going to give a couple different things each of our sessions. One of the things, of course, is focusing on the sun symbols, and flowers are ways to celebrate Litha and the solstice. That brings in that sun energy. And of course, spending time in the outdoors, honoring nature, whether it's a picnic or gardening or hiking, just, get out and safely absorb some beautiful sun, maybe greet the sun at sunrise or something like that too. Um, so of course, also, summertime is when all the plants are getting more of the sun. So, it is about balance, not balance, abundance. And then it's balanced by the southern hemisphere of winter, which is when it's things are ending, things are shrinking and dying off, like leaves are have fallen and things aren't growing on the surface. They grow underneath the surface during that time, preparing for spring. So, something we can ask ourselves during the solstice is what are we ready to let go of? And even where is there abundance to be grateful for in our lives as well? So, some things we can ask ourselves in honor of this solstice and honoring this energy, we might even be drawn to kind of look at those things. Um, so, um, like I wrote down like what we be grateful for, of course, to the sun to grow food and to keep our planet warm so that we do not freeze our little bohinies off to the point of death, right? And it gives us vitamin D, which helps our bodies function in healthier ways. So we can have gratitude toward the sun. We can have gratitude towards trees and plants that bring us oxygen that we may live. And then also that we give them carbon dioxide in this divine relationship that we have, that we need each other to live. And then, of course, we can also be grateful for fresh water, of which that we're made out of water. And fresh water keeps us living and flowing with life. So, some things that we can sit in gratitude with as well. I do want to light a candle. We'll light some different colors here throughout the weekend. The colors of summer, solstice, and litha. Of course, are red, orange, and yellow. The mixture of colors of the sun. So we'll start off lighting the red candle, and as it lights up here and continues here. Okay, it's going to continue. There's a blessing I read, and I'm going to read this out to everyone. So, on this day of midsummer, may the sun bring you warmth. May the earth support you. May the air renew you, and the fire ignite your spirit. May the sun bring you new beginnings, and may the moon make dreams take flight. May the balance you seek be found within you, and may the love you give be returned to you tenfold. So let it be. Beautiful. All right. So I love that. We'll let that energy flow. And then the last thing, and then we'll get into readings. I know that's what you're here for. But from this Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle, I do want to pull a collective reading for everyone that is here and that will watch this video and see what else Spirit would have us celebrate here. All right, here it is. So we've got the heat wave. I know some of us are getting that across the world today, right? See if we can see that here. And this is about there is something ominous being illuminated by the flames that await. Card number 15. This is energy of seeking shade, challenging circumstances, and getting burned. Uh-oh. So it says, please understand that the situation that you have inquired about is potentially catastrophic. You should seek shelter immediately, as this is a clear sign that things will come to an end. There goes that winter energy, right? And prolonged exposure could result in devastating consequences. The events that have led up to this point are not serving you in any positive way. And in fact, you might feel some effects already. So stay vigilant in the coming days and the weeks. This card is the most ominous of the deck. Great, right? It's all right. And it could mean your situation has already reached a critical point. In a reading about money, it could signify financial loss or hardship. For a career, it can mean the sudden loss of a job, dramatic changes in the workplace, or escalated troubles with a coworker. In love relationships, you might experience a breakup or betrayal. And for health, perhaps unexpected concerns or fallout from some poor habits that are contributing to your lack of well being. As a final note, the effects of this card are challenging, but you can choose to lean into these changes and then make the most out of the rubble. I know, great. What a great card to get. But it's like the Tower card when we realize that every ending that comes into our life is creating the space in our life that is for something that's more in alignment with where we want to go and where we want to be. It clears the path and it creates these circumstances. And we can go into the energy of life is happening to me and have that victimhood experience. There's nothing wrong with that if you want to roll around in the, as they say, what is it they say? Drowned in the quagmire of my own despair. I we can do that if we want. But when we're ready, just know that there's always another choice that we can look at. Why are these things in my life happening for me? It's the summer energy of the endings and the beginnings, like we talked about. And so I like that came up. That way, no one else will get this card. We got it collectively. And as I posted this wonderful uh, social posting on my uh, YouTube channel. Let me see here. Let me get it here. Here's the newest ones. I just want to show you guys because it is, yeah. So the path is easier together, and we are on all this together. There's some of us that are lifting up other people, some other people that are supporting people that are pulling up others, but we're all in this together. And sometimes every one of us needs a little hand up or a little lift as well. And we're all here for each other. So just know we're never, ever, ever, ever alone. And I love that. All right. So that is what we have for summer solstice and Litha. Hope you enjoyed that. Much love to everybody. We do have some donations. So we will start there. And let me just jot down the donations here, and I'll give you the quick list on where we're at, and then we will jump into those. If you're new to my channel, if I don't complete, I'll be on for like a couple hours. And if I don't complete the readings, whatever I don't complete in the session, once I go spend an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members, I do come back on for a second session and complete everything out. When I'm done with a stream, I post a pinned comment listing all the readings I completed with timestamps, so you just can click on it. It'll take you right to your reading within the session too. So if I don't get to you in the first one, I'll get you to you in the second one. And then I'm on, of course, on Saturday and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. and then also tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So, all right, I am going to use here, let's see if I can do this without burning my hand. Going to be using these beautiful Star Tarot, at least this evening. And where we're at on donations, we do have Christina Love will be up first, and then Maria P. via Z PayPal. Then we'll jump back to Brenda Tejada, Moonlight ×2, and Valerie Carver. And then wonderful Sudeshna Ghosh. She actually had 7 questions, but she said, I'm not going to be there this evening. So if you want to wait, let everyone else go first. So we honor you, Sudeshna, for doing that. And we'll get to you sometime. If not in this session, we'll definitely make you first in the second one. All right. So let me not forget timestamps. So up first here, we do have Christina Love. So Christina, let's put your timestamp down here in the chat too. All right. And thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there since it lets me. And let's see here. You want to know, does your grandpapa have any advice or anything for you to know about this solstice? Also, does he have any advice as to how to deal with your grandmother? That's funny. Grandpa Bob. You didn't even say hello. Hello, soul family. Raining up here in Montana. Oh, beautiful. It's beautiful up there. I drove through there going to northern Idaho, drove up through the mountains and beautiful, beautiful country. So you're hoping to enjoy the evening, but I think you'll be stuck inside. How's it everywhere? Here we have in Colorado Springs and south, we have a heat advisory that's been going on today, last couple days, off and on. Uh, but after living in Texas, I'm like, they don't know what heat is here. There's no humidity, hardly any humidity up here this high. Down there they have a humidity index instead of a chill. What do they call it? The chill, you know, whatever it is when the wind chill, right? They usually have that probably where you're at, and we have it here too. But down there they have the humidity. It it's 90 degrees. It feels like 150. All right, let's see what your Grandpa Bob has for you here. Any advice or anything about this solstice? See what they have here. Okay. And then how to deal with you. I feel like he's saying, I never learned how to do it. But at least he's all knowing on the other side. He goes, as a human, no clue, but maybe I can give you some pointers coming from up there, right? All right. So underlying energies, just in general, you have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords does represent a conflict between our head and our heart. And the conflict is up here, not so much in our heart. Our heart knows what it wants, it's connected to the higher realms. It allows us to see things from that higher perspective. It's our mind that has been conditioned and given a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, small t truths rooted in fear and the fear of rejection, the fear of not being good enough, and all that stuff that we all, as most humans do growing up, get inundated. But the battle happens when our heart gets to be to the point where it is ready to overthrow, and our heart rebels against our mind, going, I don't want to do this anymore. You can't bully me. You can't keep me small. I want to say so. And this is what happens. The battle ensues because in the beginning, the heart just takes what the mind wants it to do, and it ends up caging it and bullying it and pushing it down into the cellar. But at some point, the heart's like, I've been quiet enough. And I feel like that's what's going on is your heart is really, really super expanding. And let's see what, and this energy that we're all going through as humanity as well is definitely coming in here. Um, so let's see here. Um, this is from Grandpapa about the solstice. So you have temperance, yeah, patience. Also, the two cups that go back and forth is about alchemy. So this summer, it's like allow things. It's like almost like allow things to slow down and just know that things are unfolding, even though it may seem like it's not happening fast enough. Just go with the flow and know that everything is in divine timing. Everything is, flowing. So enjoy the summer. Try not to rush and get to the end of it. Enjoy each moment as much as you can. Try to be in the now as much as you can. You have the Six of Cups. Yep, enjoy your children. Enjoy childhood things. In fact, this is let out your inner child too. I like that there's some great things that you used to do with your Grandpa Bob. Was it fishing? There's things that you would enjoy doing with them, and they're like, "Let's go do those things. Let's go have an ice cream together. Allow me to go with you. I'm always with you," Grandpa Bob says, but, do it consciously. Let's go fishing. Let's go have an ice cream. Let's go to that favorite burger place. Let's, go do, canoeing or paddle boating. He's like, let's go plan some play dates with them, with your inner child, and to let them out to play this summer. And then, as much as you can with children, spend as much time as you can around children because, and being childlike with them. Don't be the adult, don't be the grandma, be the fun with them and have some fun. I like that, which is who you are anyway, but they're just reinforcing that. Yeah, we got the Four of Cups. Allow your inner love to be the bright sunlight that shines on you over the summer. The three cups of the outside world are temporary. They don't fulfill us for very long, if at all. Let your heart fill up from the inside and let it overflow to the outside world, right? Allow yourself to fill up. Let this be a summer for you doing the things you love to do, I feel is what Grandpa Bob is saying. Yeah. Five of Wands. Five of Wands means a variety of different things, but this is about friendship groups and spending time socializing. Your Sagittarius, all that Sagittarius energy you have, that fire, it's so important for you just to be able to, in a way, go out and just allow yourself this energy to flow, allow yourself to fill up with love and just flow out. Not worrying about what love you get back, but just finding your love on the inside and allowing it to flow out. I feel like this is a summer of focus on fun, 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 and um, joy, joy, joy. It'll lift your spirits, it'll lift your energy, and the other things will feel smaller, if that makes sense. How to deal with grandmama. That was funny. I never dealt with it, but up there, and the 5 of Cups. This is allowing, the 5 of Cups, usually there's someone like they're stuck in crying over spilt emotions, lower vibrational emotions. And the 2 of Cups here is the power of emotional choice. And there's this message that comes in from him regarding your grandmother that, you can only choose how you want to feel. You can't choose how someone else feels. And it's okay. There's no wrong way for someone to feel or act. And so allow them. They're at the end of their life, right? Where they are experiencing the last of the emotions they want to feel before they return to the other side, as that being of eternal, power and unconditional love. And so allow them to feel what they want to feel. Don't feel like you are responsible. And I feel like that's a big message. He goes, if I knew that when I was down, there, um, I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have bothered me so much. I wouldn't have stressed myself out so much trying to make them happy. Because sometimes, and this is okay, sometimes people just choose to be unhappy, and that's okay. You know, that's their choice, that's their power. But just because you're going on vacation with someone and they are wanting to stay in the hotel room and be a sourpuss or whatever, that's all right, but it doesn't have to ruin your vacation. You can just go out, enjoy everything that you're doing, and then you can say, "Hey, I'll text you on my way back, and if you want food, I can bring it for you, whatever." But you're not letting your vacation be ruined because someone else is determined and wants to stay in the hotel room and mourn or pout or whatever lower vibrational emotion they want to express. It's not your responsibility to make anyone else happy, because if someone's choosing not to be happy, there's nothing you can do about it. You choose your happiness. And I feel like that's a big piece of what he's telling you here. Yeah. See things from a higher perspective with the judgment card. Just realize, you know, it's not your responsibility to um, change anyone else, make anyone else act a certain way, do things a certain way, whatever. It's all about being in here for yourself. Yep. The 9 of Wands is about taking your energy back, focusing your energy on what you're wanting to expand. And when we extend energy outside of us to try to make other people happy or have a better life or whatever, the best thing we can do is have this energy focused on the inside. And like the 4 of Cups, and kind of see how it fills up, and then all this overflow is what flows into the outer world. But it starts with flooding all this energy and filling up on the inside, and then knowing that everyone else could choose that too. And if they choose to be unhappy, that's okay. We just don't allow their actions and their um, non-actions or words or silence to mean anything about us. This is about what they're going through, right? When someone's speaking from a low vibration, every moment is either of unconditional love or a cry out for it. And so when someone is expressing lower vibration, even if we think it's aimed at us, it's not aimed at us. They're just voicing, I need love, I want love, I want love. And then when we don't take it personally, then we're able to give love. So that's great advice. Yep, the high priestess. Step away, go into your high priestess temple, connect with spirit, look behind your own veil, dive deep into your emotions. It's almost like this energy of sweep in front of your own door and allow everyone to sweep in front of theirs. Enjoy your time, enjoy your porch uh, as well. Yep, three of wands. Yep, just choose to go a different direction than you normally would, right? This is with new information, changing course. So, when you realize I don't have to um, be impacted by someone else's choices, that's where you get your power back. And so I like that. So that is what they have for there. And then we'll grab you a fortune cookie here too. But I love that advice from Grandpa Bob. But it's a summer of fun, and choose fun and get out and enjoy life like it's a vacation. And if someone's being a fuddy-duddy, that's all right. Let them be a fuddy-duddy for them. And I feel like they want to go to the Dreamers deck for your fortune cookie here. Yep, and look at this big old sun in the middle. I am happy right now. And it says, I know that I do not need to wait for 5 p.m. on Friday to be happy. I like that. Could be happy for no reason at all right now and just let that flood. So that is what they have for you, my dear. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. All right, behave. There it goes. All right. And then Maria P., you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. I think that's right. Yep. All right. So, Maria, thank you so much for your donation. And we will dive here into your questions here. It's via the PayPal. Let me bring up the email here. Please have your questions. All right. Just take a quick sip. I know my host, she went to Dutch Brothers. She always treats me so good. I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky. She's like, hey, I got you some Dutch Brothers. I'm like, oh, iced coffee on a hot day, right? So, Maria, I want to know what feelings and thoughts towards you today after your date. So let's see here. So Wally. Okay. A lot of feelings and thoughts there. What did he think when you got him things for his new office? Okay. And he got you a gift from our town. And so he got you a gift, but you left it in his office. Okay. Invite him to my daughter's birthday thoughts. Okay. So I think I'm not sure if that second one was a question, because it sounds like a statement that he got you a gift from your town, but you left it in his office. So thoughts about that too. I feel like we'll put that down here. All right. And then daughter's birthday party. What are his thoughts here? Or thoughts if you should or not, right? Okay. Let's see what we have here. Let's see if you're here. Okay. So, feelings first after your date. Okay. We do have the Eight of Wands, a lot of passion, a lot of that physical, passionate, energetic attraction that's there. They do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is taking time, patience with the emotions. Feel like there's the settling in. The Three of Wands is an energy a bit of what direction? Because this is normally like taking a different direction based on new awareness, but I feel like this is all them being patient, letting kind of things settle down and not wanting things to go a different direction. So I feel like they're just being very patient with their emotions and emotionally because they're just like, let's let the things settle and balance out after a emotional roller coaster that you guys have been on for a little bit, right? So I feel like that's the kind of energy here. Um, and let's see what the thoughts are. Yeah, little battle between their head and their heart here. And yeah, and a balance again with the star card is this balancing energy that, comes in here. So, there is this it does feel like they're a bit, how do I want to say this energy? It's not tentative, it's hyper aware of emotions and thoughts and actions that comes in, with all this here, right? Right. So I feel like there is this, they enjoyed the date and but their head and their heart are conflicted and we talked about that with this fear and so that just hyper vigilant or hyper aware of what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're not saying, what they're not doing kind of energy here after the date. So it's kind of this um, the the nitroglycerin in the bottle is settled down. Let's not shake it up again uh, until it's calm so that it doesn't explode again. So I feel like they're just kind of like, so if you feel like it's not really like they're walking on eggshells, but it's in that direction ish. Um, so anyway, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, nothing bad. It's more it's just a being aware of what they say because they don't want to negatively impact the situation. And so I feel like they're just kind of being careful as a, I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. And then what did he think when you got him things for his new office? Yeah, we got the two of wands and the nine of wands. So there's this energy here, a lot of fire energy that's here. And um the main thing, I mean, there's a lot of course, sunlight and happiness around it that's there. But the energy that I was picking up on is they're not used to receiving a whole lot of things, and so they still get uncomfortable, because they're used to being with someone who more takes than gives, and so it makes them kind of they're getting they're trying to get comfortable with receiving things from people. So they like it and they're appreciative, but they kind of feel like this guilt, like I don't deserve this, and kind of energy, which is cute. Which is good. At least he's not like, this is all you got me. It's like I don't deserve this more energy. And they're getting used to that. And he left your gift in his office. And the magician. Um, and the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they want to give this back to you because that's the thing, right? They like to give, and you left like the gift in his office. It's like, well, did you not like the gift? Why don't you take the gift with you? Because I, am um, this I enjoy giving, and so, if you don't like what I give you, and that makes sense with all this energy that they were feeling there. So, if you were leaving it, they're going, "Oh, you keep it here," you know, just go, "Oh my god, I got so excited about bringing you your gift, I forgot to take mine. So just make sure you tell them how you if you liked it, don't make it up. If you liked it, say, "Oh my gosh, I liked it. Can I grab that from you?" I'm gonna grab that on Monday or whatever. Whenever you're back in the office or whatever, when you can get into his office. So I like that. And then let's see here. Invite him to your daughter's birthday. Thoughts? Well, we do have the power of choice coming in here. Let's see here. It is a victory card. It is a movement card. Six of Swords, another movement card. A change of letting old go, old ways of thinking go, and new ways of higher ways of thinking from choppy waters to calmer waters. So I feel like these are positive cards here. They hear fun, see it things from a higher perspective. And the Four of Wands, yeah, joyful celebration. So I do feel like this is you can invite them, but don't put pressure on it. Just say, if you feel comfortable, I'd like you to come if you'd like. So I like this. The Chariot card is the power of choice card with it all. So it seems like it's a positive, and you can invite them, but don't have any expectations around it. Just say, I'd like to invite you this if you feel up to that. So I like that. Yeah. So it seems like they're trying to decide if you did ask them already, um, but it feels like that's all right. Give them time to think about everything with all that too. All right, and then let's see what your fortune cookie is here. I feel like we want to do an angel number here. All right. Yeah. You have 08 to 08 with swift action. This energy brings in wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, inner strength, auspicious outcomes. Says you will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps towards achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and somebody has their mind set on you. Ah, I love that. I wonder who that could be. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Maria. So I like those for you. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. The adventure continues. All right. Yeah, Maria Amethyst Salentine, I do see your question, so you'll be on the free list, but I do have donations ahead of you, so it'll be further. If probably not in this session, it'll probably be in the second session this evening because the list is growing here, and only have an hour and 15 minutes ish left on this session, so I probably won't get to it in this one. But it will be the second one this evening after I spend time with the Praying Mantis members. All right. And yes, Shanji, I do see I got yours too. All right. So, Brenda Tejada, you are up next. Let me grab your timestamp here. All right. So, Brenda, thank you so much for your sticker and your donation. You would like a general in love, work, and money for tonight and tomorrow. All right. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. Look, we got the Sun card on the bottom for the summer coming in. All right. Let's see what we've got here. So, general in love, work, and money. Okay. Like that's love. And we'll do work and money here. Okay. The bottom of the deck, you do have the Four of Wands, which is a very much a stable energy and a joyful energy that's coming in. So we like that overall for today and tomorrow. Feels like joy, joy, joy. There is a lot of opportunity for joy too with this, all this energy of the solstice and summer and expansion. So I love that. I'm doing good. How are you? Hello, Brenda. So let's take a look here at love today and tomorrow. Look, see, the sun card did come out for you here. It's a bright light shining on love. Let's see what this brings in here. Got the Ace of Swords, new communication building here. Let's see, and the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups here, we do have when we're talking about love in this new communication and the Sun card. It does feel like there's this activation of maybe you're with Devin. Yeah, that this is this energy of clarity, the Ace of Swords. The Four of Cups tells us that, the type of energy that we have where when we look to the outside world for our emotions, that emotion on the outside world, it's temporary, it's unstable. And when we try to fill our heart with this, it's like I would say shoddy, not the other word, shoddy meaning, it works and it doesn't work. Um, Plumbing, you turn on the faucet and it's all and you're like, what, where did the water go? And that's when we look to the outside world for emotional flow. It's fickle, it comes and it goes, right? And it's until we learn to fill up here with this. And it's funny, here's the Sun card, the Ace of Cups, which is our inner love. So I feel like there's some clarity coming in here and some discovery as you interact. And you said you're with Devin, that as you're interacting with people that you love, both in romance, but also in friends, family, children, uh, employees, employee, like clients, whoever, that the more you fill up with that love on the inside, the less you are impacted by people's emotional uh, energy, like whether they're giving it or not, what kind of emotional energy they're giving, and you're gaining this solid feeling on the inside of you. And I feel like you're, really learning to get that awareness, that clarity is really coming in right now for you, especially as Jupiter moved into Cancer, expanding our emotional energy. You're starting to see the amplification of a lot of emotions allows you to see the stability that you have as well, right? And you feel okay with yourself. Yeah. So you're like, you know what? Before I would be like, so um hyper aware of what they're doing, what they're not doing, and blah blah blah. But as we find more of the love we're looking for on the inside of us, we start to look more and more that their actions are above and beyond extra. So I like that kind of love and that this energy and this awareness and the sun shining bright light on your relationships, not just romantic, but all your relationships where you're realizing I'm not, I'm so so much more emotionally stable than I was before, where I'd be triggered up and down and all over the place. Now, instead of being up and down, it's just, we have our ups and downs, but they're not as extreme. And most of it's in the middle. Less and less drama, right? Less and less drama that we're experiencing inside of us, but also less and less drama that we're drawing into our lives too. So I like that for you. Again, that stabilized energy and this joyful energy, you're able to enjoy things and people more because you're not looking for them to define you. I like that. Work, you've got the moon card, interesting energy with the lovers card. So there's a lot of emotional energy around work right now. It feels like there's a lot of emotion just flooding in. And with the moon card, it's going to go in cycles and phases, and there's going to be times, and it could follow the moon cycle itself. Like we just had a Sagittarius full moon last week, which Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, the planet and sign of expansion, expanding emotions. It's like, all right, whatever emotional choice you make with the Lover's card regarding work, um, will be amplified. So if I choose a lower vibrational energy, you're going to see it. You know, if you choose higher vibrational energy, you're going to see that expand too. So it's like they're reminding me, like when I would be on a phone with when I was doing a call center where I was taking customer calls, I would know. I'm like, why are these all these people being jerks today? And I'm like, oh, whoops. So I go take a break, recalibrate, come back, and then all my callers mysteriously, I used to tell them, did you guys change my skills? Because I was getting all these mean people, and now I'm getting all these loving people and laughing people. It's because I changed. I went and I changed my energy, my emotional choice. Then I drew different experiences. I saw things differently. So I feel like this is important for work to know that whatever you choose is what's going to be amplified in what you're going to feel and experience. Money wise, you do have the 8 of Wands. So I like this. Yeah, everyone wants cheap, right? The 8 of Wands is this energy coming in, fast moving, and Six of Pentacles too. So I feel like finances today and tomorrow, I feel like there's gonna be some sort of reward or abundance that comes your way out of nowhere, regarding money wise, whether it's discount or, you know, new client, um, whatever it may be, there is this um, feeling of abundance of energy that comes in. So I like that for you. All right, let's see what else we have here. I feel like we want to go to the Dreamers deck here. Well, all right. So this card came flying out. It's I am dreaming bigger. Look at diamonds. And it says, I know that life is only limited by my imagination, right? So that's a good thing to just a good reminder through it all too, right? Whatever I focus on is what grows and expands. If I'm focusing on lack and that everyone wants cheap, then I draw things that match that too, right? And instead, if you're focusing in on what you're grateful for as far as abundance, then that's what allows things to draw in here. I feel like they didn't really, I feel like it's a little bit of both. I just feel like the suddenness that comes in with this 8 of Wands, because the Six of Pentacles is like you have this coming in and it's like you have enough to give. So it does feel like, a mixture kind of energy that is kind of coming in with that. So can be both areas. Let's not limit it. But whatever you're grateful for is an important thing. In fact, maybe right now, just write down a little things of what you're grateful for, right? Yeah, the out of nowhere feels like it's coming from both. Like a client for real estate, a client for cleaning, but it just feels like, wow, sudden out of nowhere that you get these things that are coming in. But definitely write down things that you're grateful for in your real estate business, in your clients, and you're grateful, not go, if I focus on people want everything cheap, well, that's just going to draw in more people that want that. But it can have gratitude for, having um, all these individuals that are coming to you, and that helps with it all. So I like that. Right. So that is what they have for you for that one. Yeah. Yeah, and that can be too, and instead of focusing that people owe me money, have gratitude for the people who have paid. Thank you for this person who pays and this person who pays and this person who pays. Because if I'm focusing on these people haven't paid, guess what? I'm telling you, verse, I really enjoy it when people don't pay, right? So when we switch it to gratitude for the people who are, then I draw in more people who pay instead of more people who don't. So be aware of that energy because that's, like it said, I, my abundance, my dreams are only limited by my imagination and my thinking and my focus. So, yeah, it really is. It's so important. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Moonlight, we have two for you. I think we have more, but these two for your first one, your first little group here. And we'll circle back around for others, of course. So for your first one, we got the Hey You. So thank you for that one. The little stickers. Take a quick sip here. All right. So you want to know, why did your old school friend contact you out of the blue? 30 years since you talked to them and suddenly they're asking you out for a beer. Wow. Maybe they're going through like therapy or something and they have to, they feel like they have to come and apologize for the way they treated you. I'm just kidding. Were you the bully? No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here and see what we have here. So why are they contacting you after so long? All right. Well, we've got the Eight of Wands, which is this energy of messages from Spirit. So let's take a look here and see what this is. Because I feel like this may not be the first one that's coming back from the past, like people from the past coming across your path. It's like this is part of your expansion of your Cancer emotional energy with all these planets. The Ten of Swords. I like that ending of old ways of thinking. Let's see here. Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity coming in here with the Two of Swords. Yeah, the battle between the head and the heart, letting go of their fears. It's interesting. Let's see what these other three cards here. I'm getting this feeling from this energy, though, about old mindsets. My mind wouldn't let me act on my heart when I was younger. So they kind of just want to hang out in a way. Yeah, Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Again, Ace and Page of Pentacles, looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, Six of Swords. Again, letting go of old ways of thinking, looking at new ways of thinking. What's this last one? Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about being true to one's authentic self and expressing. And I feel like they have truths that they want to share with you from the past. Now, I don't necessarily feel like they want to do like I always loved you and blah, blah, blah. I'm not rolling that out here, but I feel like they're more like they want to catch up and they want to talk about, the way they used to think. And the Three of Pentacles is about creating friends um and I feel like there is this energy. They're like, I always thought you were cool and I liked, I always felt I could be myself around you, but I feel like there's some truths that they want to share with you. um but there is, I kind of just feel this energy from them that they have always felt like they could, be honest, right? Let's see here. Right. You had another one. Oh, the other day. Hello, how are you doing? So people are popping up. Oh, I love it. He was always like one of the bad boys, right? but but I do feel like maybe they are going to do apologize. Were they the bully? But I feel like they're wanting to reconnect because they do want to speak some truths to you, and I like that. But it doesn't feel like so much, um, like romantic wise. They just always thought even though they couldn't share it, they always thought you were cool and somebody that now, that they would want to hang out with or get to know more, whereas before they couldn't. So I like that. So I feel like it's not doesn't feel romantical or, passionate or that thing. It feels like they want to have a conversation, like more for their sake of sharing things to get things off of their chest. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. Oh. Well, that's all right because you can say no, right? Let's see what else they want you to know about this one. Yeah, slow down. That's good. Balance, power struggle. Yeah, it looks like force, hope. Yeah, so it says pay close attention. I can talk to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. So I like that. You know, I feel like they are wanting to cry on your shoulder. They want to share some things with you, and they always felt that way. That's the kind of energy I do feel like over a beer to go, is that really cool? And, I'm going through some tough things in my life. And you're like, oh God, here we go. You're like, well, you're buying this beer. If I'm giving you therapy, you're buying this beer. Have your boundaries. So I like that for you. Hopefully that helps. And then for your second one here, thank you for your additional donation. You want to know what is the person on your mind thinking about you these days, and how is his feelings about you? All right. And I do see your free one. We'll eventually circle back around for that one too. And I think you made other donations down below. So let's take a look here. What is the person on your mind? Okay, thinking about you these days, days, and feelings too. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden emotion them here with the moon card here. There's that Cancer energy, right? I do feel like this full moon was very much a lot of emotional. That's probably why I got so many cards around emotion over here. Emotional sparking. So let's look at thoughts first here, though. Yeah, temperance, weighing things back and forth. There, there is this thinking about just let things unfold, simmer down, take your time. Five of Swords. Yeah, they definitely are in a battle between their head and their heart with this and the Wheel of Fortune. The sense of waiting for the wheels of fate to turn. Let's see what happens. Let's just kind of go with the flow. It makes sense that their mind is having them slow down because, their heart, of course, this is not, and it's not that old friend and not our, oh yeah. So yeah, this one is, someone that's um, just allowing things to unfold, allowing things to go because their mind is very much around fears and their heart, um, having emotion that's expanded too. So they've got a lot of emotion happening in their life because of this last Sagittarius full moon. But I feel like they're not in any rush to expose any of this big emotion that's below the surface here. But let's see what the emotions are. Yeah, Queen of Wands. They definitely like your energy, and there is a energetic and physical passion attraction that's there. Their emotions, they like that fiery side of you, um, that strong. the strong feminine energy that you kind of radiate, that's there. Um, yeah, and they do have this Nine of Wands is the barrier with the Five of Cups. It is someone that tends to hear focus on kind of worst case scenario, if you want to call it that. It's like, um, oh, well, I don't want to do that because they're just going to do this. Or I don't want to do this because this person's going to feel this way. So don't even do it. Let's just wait. Let's wait and see. It's always it would be like if someone wanted to share how they felt about you and then would keep on, like they would start walking towards someone and then divert and never really get to it because their fears, their mind was always taking them in a different direction, if that makes sense. Yep, Nine of Cups. There is this kind of dream come true, but all this nine energy, I do feel like they're quite a hermit. Because and don't really get like they're like, "You're my dream come true, and I want to be with you forever," kind of energy. I feel like they're more apt to go, "I like my alone time. I want to be alone." This nine, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the nine being the hermit's journey, just feels like they're very internally focused. Let's see what else would get emotions around you. Yep, Seven of Pentacles again. It's like the Temperance. It's a patience card. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And the Two of Wands. Um, it's about the weather, yeah. And that's the Two of Wands is this switch, flip, flip, go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Um, and that makes sense. It's like, all right, I thought we were going this direction, and suddenly it's like a switch. It just clicks, and you're just like, it's almost like Gemini, you know, um, energy where they can suddenly their other personality kicks in. Yeah, and the Eight of Swords. They are working on their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make them feel limited and bound and trapped and restricted. So they are working on some of their lower vibrational fears, but I don't feel like you're going to see much of a change regarding them with it right now because I feel like they're still trying to figure out things. And it's like when I'm in their energy, I don't even feel like I know what I want or not. And that's why I just keep on kind of floundering in all these different directions. And um, it's like I'm seeing a picture like someone in a store going, well, I'm going to go this way. Oh, no. And take a few steps this way and then come back and go, well, no, I'm going to go over here. No, no, no. I'm walking back and then trying to go over here. It's like, well, where do you want to go? I don't know. That kind of energy that's coming in. Let's see here. Let's do a angel number oracle here for them here. 9 here. 99999. So all those nines with them right here, right? Release, balance, cycles. There's those moon cycles. So it says your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. I feel like this is their energy. If you're experiencing a significant change or conclusion, view your life as a series of cycles or chapters. Um, it would be helpful if they viewed life as a series of cycles. How can you make room for something new to emerge? And I feel like that's the big thing is they're going to have some endings coming up in their life where it's like they haven't been making a decision and it's like time's running out. It's like if you ever seen those not commercials but shows where they have like you have 5 minutes to run around the store and gather as much stuff as you can and get back here. And they're like, I don't, but what do I want to go here? I want to go here. And they're panicking in their life because they're not sure which direction to go. But time's running out. And then so something's going to end. And then they have to make a decision. I'm going to grab a stick of gum. Okay, that's what I got. But I feel like that it's happening for them with whatever's happening. So that's what's coming in for them right now. And we will circle back. I think you have a couple more. We'll circle back around for those in a moment. All right. And then Valerie Carver, you are up. Let's grab your timestamps here. Or timestamp. There we go. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. So thank you so much for that. And you would like to know, will you buy a house in the near future? And what is the money situation like for the summer? All right, let's take a look. Take another quick sip here. All right. So, all right, based on current energies, will you buy a house in the near future? Okay, note those. And then, based on current energy, what is the money situation for the summer? What does that look like? I feel like do that one first. All right, and this one too. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you do have the mighty Devil card, which is Saturn, Capricorn energy, which does represent a little bit of time here of like battling. I'm sorry, Calver. What did I say? Oh, Adam, I gotta turn off my um, automatic spell check because it's been doing that. My apologies. It is Calver, not Carver. It still applies to you. Like, let me pull new cards. This was for somebody named Valerie Carver. No, this is for you. My apologies. But the devil card, is an energy of facing long held beliefs and mindsets around things. So I do feel like there's going to be some um, things that come up to have you clarify what is it that I want and what is it that I think I'm supposed to want. So I like this energy because there's a lot of freedom that comes from that. And this year is a big, huge year of that for all of us. So I'm not surprised that that's coming in here regarding both home and money. For home, you have the Five of Wands, which is a transformative energy regarding a home in this near future. I did when I saw this card because it did make itself known early in the reading here. This one of the meanings of the Five of Wands for me is like friends group. And so there's something to do with friends and home. We'll see what this is here. Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, which is there is a new opportunity that's opening up here. And you might get information through a friend. I don't know if you have a realtor friend or someone that's going to sell their home or someone that knows of a house that's for sale. And I feel like it's going to come through some sort of friend connection. Yeah. And here comes the Seven of Swords. Sword suit, like with the Seven of Swords, this is about bringing in that devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy. It's about becoming aware around home, what it is I feel I'm supposed to want in a home and what I really want in a home. Because sometimes we think, well, it needs to have this, it needs to have this, and we have it as important things, and they're more optional things. And we can kind of just put those to the side and go, well, it would be nice if, but the things I definitely want in a home are these. And I feel like that's part of this working through here in this transformation of energy around a home. But I do feel like there's like something coming up. The Seven of Swords is really coming up where I feel like you're going to start to get action and movement around um, what you desire, like a big focus in July around even if it's like you meet a realtor friend or you start like looking through listings and determining even in your mind, right? What are the things I've been grateful for in the home I'm in now, the homes I've had in the past, whether it's apartments or wherever, even other people's homes, the things that you think are great that you're grateful for that exist, and for those things that you have had, those things are really good in doing this, right? Yeah. Like Tim says, tell everyone, you never know. You can find out, about something with this. You found out about one standing in line at a checkout of Salvation Army. I love that. Yeah. And so don't be afraid to, mention it to your friends that I think I want to start looking for a home. And they're like, oh, one of my sister, she just got her realtor's license. You're like, what? And they'll give you a good deal. Like I know with um when I sold my mom's house for her, it's like an old, family friend was a realtor, and it was a friend of my parents. I found him and reached out to him, and like, cut off 1% off of their commission, which was a good nice chunk of money, right? So, you never know. So, I like that. So I feel like that July is a big month for you. I don't feel like you're going to purchase one in July, but I feel like you're going to get a lot of clarity in July, and then communication starts to develop here, um, but through a friends group. And then money for summer. Well, you got the Queen of Swords. So here's that swords energy again. Balance between the head and the heart. And even the star card, which is a card of balance. And so there is a great amount of balancing energy around finances for the summer, which is all right. We do want balance. We don't want it up and down and up and down. We kind of like consistency. And it does feel like it levels off here in a positive way with these cards for summer. You also have the Prince of Swords. Again, there's this energy here of a lot of thinking and clarity that comes in here. Like the Queen of Swords, this devil card's really making a lot of sense because when we also have expectations around like what my finances should be, when I get into expectations of should and supposed to be, need to be, I can, with expectations, I can start focusing on the way things are not happening because I have this thoughts and beliefs that I had growing up. This is what should happen. And I'm checking it off and I realize what's not happening, right? And as I focus more on what's not happening, my energy invites in more not happening, right? But when we focus on the gratitude, again, gratitude is a life changing energy, which we're not taught that growing up, right? We're taught focus on our fears, focus on what we don't have, focus on what we need, what we want, which is all lack, which brings us more lack. But when we are focusing on gratitude for what we do have, then we open the conduits to allow it to receive. And so this balancing of mind too, it's about changing this mindset and changing our mental picture and focusing on gratitude, I feel like is an important message for you for the summer here. Yeah, Three of Cups, joy, 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 and celebration. I like that, reminder, focusing on gratitude, joy. Higher vibration draws in higher vibration. Um, and so I like that. And the moon card too. So there have been cycles that have been happening here with the moon energy. And I feel like summer, if you haven't like kind of dove into some old beliefs that could be bouncing around the subconscious, because the moon card just feels very has different energies, but this one feels like there's some emotional beliefs around money and abundance that are bouncing around, running on autopilot below the surface. They're reminding me, I read a great book called Tapping into Wealth, and by Margaret Lynch, Lynch. You know, the tapping, how you can do tapping. And it's an amazing book. It's not just about, you know, how to make money quick or anything like that, because she really uses and the little exercises and stuff throughout the book help us connect to our inner child through the tapping. And it was amazing. Like, I had forgotten about an experience I had when I was like 2, 3 years old with my dad, and we had gone to his boss's house for Easter, and they were having an Easter egg hunt. And I was good. I was so good. I was too good because my little basket was full and overflowing, and some kids were walking around with empty baskets. And my dad noticed it, and he took my basket and he took eggs I had collected and put them back so other kids could go find eggs. And he said, "You're done. Come on." And I didn't realize that when I was doing this tapping, that memory came out of nowhere. My little inner child brought it up because it was a "you don't deserve abundance. Put that back. Give it to other people. Other people deserve to have that instead of you." And you don't think 2 or 3 years old, we're not, our brain doesn't start to develop till we're 7. So emotionally, it's all I knew is I got in trouble because that's the way I felt. I got in trouble from my dad for being too good at something, right? And so it's amazing, and I feel like there might be, they're bringing that up because there might be some stuff that's bubbling around down there that can help release and help bring in abundance too. So I like all that for you. There's great opportunities for abundance because of all that. They're just wanting you to be able to look at that. Yeah, I like this. Your fortune cookie says, "I am more than my career." It says, "I know that my purpose is far greater than just working and paying bills." Hallelujah, right? So hopefully that resonates there for you, Valerie. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So that was the ones I had. Let me gather some more names here. Let me look at the timestamps here. Okay. Whoops. Didn't want to open it. There we go. Okay. So up next, we will have Culture Envy. Hey, Culture Envy. And then, let me look here. And then Olivia. Hey, Olivia. Okay. And then via the Cash app, we do have Michelle Smith. ×2. Okay. And then we'll jump back to Moonlight. Sorry, I'm just putting these down so I can just, one, let everyone know where we're at, but also type them out so I can just go. And then Sean G ×3. So we got yours, Sean G. And then we'll jump back to Moonlight. All right, and then Gabriella. Hey, Gabriella. Oops. Cortez. There we go. All right, so that is where we're at. We'll do those. Hey, Olivier. Shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Sorry I didn't see you come in there. I'm all blabbing away. Hello. And Sean G, of course. Hello, Sean G. Good to see you. And all right. And Michelle Smith as well. Just sucking out my duties of welcoming my YouTube channel members. All right. So let's get back in here. Shuffle. All right. So, Culture Envy. Let's grab your timestamp here. Nice little mirroring 12442. All right, let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. Boom, boom. So, hello, hello. Your question is, why does spirit ruin every opportunity you seize to improve your situation in life? All right. Hey, hey. So we'll pull some cards here, see what kind of clarity Spirit would like to bring you around that. Okay. Imagine you're going to get some sort of wands energy here. Because one of our biggest surprises in life is when we realize we're the ones driving the bus, not Spirit. And we're like, what? Yeah. Sometimes we kind of are taught that we're like children in a child seat in the back seat and someone else is driving the car, and we wonder why we keep on ending up in a ditch, and it's because you're driving. Who's driving the bus? The creators in the passenger seat, and they're in charge of the radio and the air conditioning and the heating and the heated seats and the GPS, with they plug in the GPS what our energy is sharing. This is where I want to go. They're like, all right, they plug it in, and then wherever we're driving in spirit, all of our other spiritual posse are all the little children in the back of, or the puppies, I always used to say, in the back of the bus, just excited to go along for the ride. But our energy is what's driving our lives, right? So I love that. Let's see what comes in here for us here. And the bottom of the deck, we do have the Justice card, which is about, with the Ace of Swords, bringing in clarity, allowing us to see things from a higher perspective and cut away some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve us anymore. Because, of course, the scales start off very one sided, where we're piled a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's when we're growing up, right? And so there is this huge, amount of small t truth rooted in fear that all these opinions were given growing up that are piled in there, and we go through life believing all these opinions until life starts to show us differently, right? And that can be some of what is happening too, is a belief that something is supposed to be happening, and when it doesn't, it brings up this belief for us to question it. There's a Byron Katie, if you've ever heard of her, she has a website, thework.com, just THEWORK.com. I love one of her phrases that she uses is, when these thoughts, these opinions we have, when they battle against reality, our thoughts lose to reality, but only 100% of the time. And I like one of the things she goes, how something was supposed to happen? Why? Because it happened. And we're like, what? Oh man, that makes so much sense, right? But let's see what else we have here too. So we have the Four of Swords, which this is about. Um, Again, they sleep on the Ace of Swords. The three swords on the wall are expectations, and the Tower. Yeah. All right. So, one of the beliefs that comes in here that we get challenged with is, do we believe that the universe is kind? Do we believe that life unfolds for us or that life happens to us? The Tower card is a message that it's like the Wheel of Fortune, which is the tuna for us. When when the tower gets hit and it's burning down, it's sometimes hard for us to go, this is happening for me. There's a reason why this is happening. But that's what happens, right? It's when something doesn't work out the way we thought it was supposed to. And if someone leaves our life, or a job or a situation or something leaves our life, and it leaves this big space to allow that which is in more alignment with our higher self and where we're wanting to truly head. It opens up the space and the blasts things out of the road for us to move forward in that. And we get to really, you know, question that, that challenge that, let's say, that belief that life happens to us, see it from that higher perspective. Again, we're learning new things with the justice card. We're seeing things that life happens for me. So instead of, feeling that lower vibrational energy of that life happens to me, and inviting in more lower vibration, I can question and go, why did I want this to happen for me? Where is the gift in this for me? And then that's where the clarity comes in. We come down here to experience what it feels like to be a victim, and we experience that through many times in our lives until we're like, I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm ready to look at it differently and look at it from a different place, because I will continue to experience victimhood until I'm done, feeling that way. Trust me, many years of my life. I almost killed myself once in my life. And I'm like, I wanted to understand that victimhood really, really well. And then I was done. And I'm like, all right, enough of that. Enough crying. I'm ready to laugh and have a joyful journey for the most part. But that is, there's nothing wrong. There's no right or wrong way to choose, just different choices with different experiences. And once we're ready, then we can go, you know what? I'm going to trust that life does happen for me, that you're helping me, and that my energy is drawing in to my life what I'm wanting to experience. When I'm ready for a different experience, then I'll start to choose differently too. And that energy change from lower vibration victimhood to higher vibration, this is happening for me. I may not see it in this moment, but help me see it. That changes things. And then we stop drawing in lower vibrational things that match that, and we start drawing in higher vibrational things that match that too. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah. So we have the Magician and the Four of Cups, emotional stability, this beautiful love energy of this huge cup that overflows and fills up the others. But the big thing is with this, the Magician card, this is that wands energy that really focuses in onto whatever I focus on is what I draw into my life, right? And so spirit doesn't go, I don't care what your energy is saying or what you want. This is what I'm going to have happen in your life. They are listening to us. Like I said, they're the creator and spirit. They're the passengers and in the passenger seat and the passengers in the back seat. We're driving, right? And um, if I'm focusing on my fears, my lack, those things, then that pushes things away from me. When I'm focusing on gratitude and unconditional love, and joy and laughter and play and fun, that draws in things that match that. Yeah, right. So let me share a little thing with you that really I was experience in my life where I used to work very, very hard. Like when I was in corporate life, I felt like I was working 4 times harder than everyone else, right? Um, this is less straw. But listen first before you jump to these conclusions, because I was working so hard, doing so much, working myself to exhaustion for promotions, for, raises, for bonuses, and I'd get to meet expectations, doing really what I felt was 4 times the amount of what other people were doing, and they were getting to meet expectations too, and I'd be like, "What? How is this?" And then I'd be like, "Fine, I'm not gonna invest all this energy and do all this, I'm gonna back off, come in and do the job, and I'm just gonna focus in on enjoying what I'm doing, right? I'm just gonna pay attention to my customers, have fun with my coworkers, have fun with my boss, and I loved, the people that I was around. And doing a fourth of the work, I got the promotions, I got the raises, I got the bonuses, and I was like, "What the hell is going on here? This doesn't make sense to me." Till years later when I realized when I'm focusing on this drive because I was focusing want and need. Want and need energy is lack energy, right? Because um if I have a belief that I don't have something in my life, then I'm going to have a need or I'm going to have a want. And when I focus in on want and need, then there is below the surface, there's a feeling or a belief that I don't have enough in this moment. And if I have that, then what is my energy telling the universe? I enjoy feeling like I don't have enough. And then the universe goes, "Okay, so you want more of not having enough? Yes, please." That's not what we're wanting, but that's what our energy is focusing on, and the the world is of energy, and it's like, wow. So when we come back to this moment and we really start looking at our energy and going, "You know what? What am I truly grateful for that I have in this moment?" Truly and honestly and sincerely. Energy doesn't lie, I can't pretend, "Oh, I'm so grateful for money." Am I getting more yet? My energy's pushing it away. So sorry, I'm all spitting up. But, so it's like being really aware of our energy and going, "You know what? I am grateful for this. What I have in my life and what I have had in my life, gratitude, that draws it in this way. If I focus on what I don't have and what I want, but it's have not energy, so I get more of have notting instead of having or have had energy, right? So it's becoming aware of that and going, I'm trying when we're trying so hard, which is what right? I work extremely hard. I try really hard for what? To have more. And it's like, "Oh," right? Yeah. Well, no, no. It doesn't actually, you know, um, because we have that's one of those beliefs, right? That I have to work hard to receive. It's a lie. We are worthy of abundance as we are. And one of the things that when I do my gratitude, when I'm, in this moment, I'm like, I'm so grateful that abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly. Doesn't that feel good to believe that money and abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly? When I try harder, I push it away. When I come back, to gratitude, then more comes in. Yeah. Well, and that's not working. I mean, when we're talking about I can we have to put in, the effort of applying, but the big thing is gratitude, right? Creator, I'm so grateful for all the education I've been able to have and how it this and we can ask the creator once, I'd like to get into grad school, right? Um, so thank you. I'm giving that to you. You're going to open up the doorways, show me what I can do. And of course, applying the creator is like, yeah, if you could, you know, apply, we'll get you squared away. And if it's like, well, I got turned down, well then maybe that's not the grad school, maybe there's something else. But we ask for clarity from spirit then around something going, all right, um, we ask once and then the rest of it's gratitude. The creator's not an old man, an old woman, an old being that's forgetful. Like, oh, they're kind of getting old. Maybe they're getting, like, no, they have a great memory. We ask once and then we surrender, right? And then we go into gratitude. And but if I have a fear of I need to get into grad school, and if there's a belief around grad school that it's best for me to see that this does not define me, you know, whether I get in or not. I would like to get in there. Well, why do you want to get in there? Because I want to be able to do this and this. And that turns into joy. If we have fear, "Oh, what if I don't? What if this? What if that?" Once these things are brought up to us so that we can release the fears, then we can focus on gratitude and joy, and we're not defining ourselves by them. It really changes things. Let's see what else they have here too. We've got the Prince of Wands and the Five of Wands. So this is Page of Wands and changing our energy with the Five of Wands. So those are below those others. So it's all about energy focus. Once we change our energy, then things do happen easily. And that's what happened to me at that job. I was like, I stopped trying to become something, and I just enjoyed doing what I did, and the people I was working with. And then out of the blue, like, my boss came and said, "We want to promote you to this." And I'm like, "What? Really?" Because I wasn't even, I didn't put in for it, I didn't ask for it or whatever. Things just come easier when we sit in gratitude and realize who we really are, right? Let's see what these last three cards are. Yeah, we got the Sun card. So there is abundance available here. The bright light shining here. We have such great possibilities, but it's about us, you know, really um, opening that conduit. Help the creator help us. If I'm focusing on lack, I'm pushing it away. They're trying to give it to us, and we're like, "No, I don't want it." They're like, "Here, no, I don't want it." But when we're like in gratitude, then we're open to receiving. When we're trying so hard, we're pushing it away, which is against what we've been taught as humans growing up. And that was the big aha, is wow, abundance can come easily to us. Yep, the star card. You do have the dreams come true, the hope, this beautiful energy. You got the sun, the star, and the Seven of Cups, too. So many different ways. There's no wrong way with the Seven of Cups to feel. There's no wrong emotion to feel. There's no wrong dream. But I feel like there's a lot of clarity to understand, why do I want what I want? And I feel like that's, another part of it too, is to get into the why. Why do I want this? Am I defining myself by this? Or is it something how I uniquely want to share the love in my heart with the world in my own unique, special way? This is my dream. Then it doesn't, there's not fear behind when we're living our dream, because we're never going to give up on our dream. But if we're living someone else's dream, or there's fear attached to it, then that's kind of be drawing it down too. So hopefully that helps there. I feel like that was for more than just you and me as well. So whoever that was for, take it if that resonated. All right. And then let's go to the Dreamers deck. Let's see what we have here. I am right here. And it says, I know that I must stay in the present moment to enjoy the journey. Yeah. I have everything I need right here, right now, in this moment. My fear is I won't have what I need for the future, right? So when I come back to this moment, I can sit in gratitude because I know I've got everything I need right here, right now. So I love that. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Culture Envy. So blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Olivia, you are up exactly at 144. All right. Let's put that down here. Let's give that a love and a like. Always happy to see you too. Question below. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see here. There it is. So Spirit mentioned it's time to make decisions. All right. So you said a countdown has begun for today. It's time to let go of the mat. There's a love interest with C. Okay. So a deep dive read on our friend S. What decision will S make? Spirit also mentioned changes happening in July. Is taking action towards C. What happened in July? Yeah, absolutely. Do best to be nosy. All right, we'll take a look here. Are you here? Okay. Let's take a look here, Olivia. So, deep dive read on friend S. What decision will S make? Right? What else? Card was just like sticking out. So that's the decision they're going to make. Changes happening in July is taking action towards C. What will happen in July? Okay. All right. So that's what they want there. All right. Let's see what this is all about. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. Tapping into this energy, I just feel, I'm just like, I need a break. I need a rest. I need to get away from, like, my mind feels just so tired. Tapping into their energy, and this Four of Swords is, I just need to put all the expectations away. I just need time away just to get my head on straight, to balance out my mental energy, is what I feel a lot here. What decision are they going to make coming up here? Yep, here's the Devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy, which is about a lot of this. It's thought energy, Capricorn, big overthinkers. I have a Capricorn rising, I know it. We can get into the overthinking, the what has worked in the past, what hasn't worked in the past, what do I want to do going forward? So a lot of deep thinking that's coming in here. Again, decision making coming in. What is it that I want, and what is it that all these mental confusion of all the supposed to be's and should be's and all this other stuff, right? Four of Pentacles, they do have a decision around home and financial stability. What do I want to what do I want to destroy? What do I want to build? If you think of the Four of Pentacles as the four walls, can be home, but it's also about building blocks and building things. Or in this case, what do I want to dismantle? But there is the stability with the Four of Swords on the bottom and the Four of Pentacles is, how can I gain stability in my life? I need stability, is huge here. That's coming in. Hey! You're very welcome. I'm grateful that timestamps are good here. Yeah, S is the one make a lot of decisions to make, right? Definitely. Let's see here. What are these? Is the decisions that are being made, are these around them, right? Let me see. That was the second question, right? Yeah, is taking action towards C. Oh, what will happen in July, right? Let's see here. Five of Swords. Well, we have conflicting energy here. Again, a lot of mental conflict with this Five of Swords. The mind battling the heart. Let's see what we got here. We got the Sun. And I did sense this energy with this building. You know, we were just talking about in the beginning around the solstice energy is all about the winter energy on the other side of the earth in the southern hemisphere, about endings, things dying, at least on the surface. And then summer is about growth. And so it's all about this kind of endings and beginnings energy, this growth and all this. Um, a bright light is shining bright here. I do feel here with the Five of Swords, there is going to be a conflict. And I do feel like it's an external conflict, because all this inner conflict is going to make its way out of someone's mouths. And I don't mean to laugh because it's just, uh, I'm like, "Yep, here it comes," you know? Um, and the sun is it brings a lot of light to situations. Sometimes it just takes a good argument or someone to say something they haven't said before that just makes you go, "Shk," something clicks. And I do feel like it here too. I know, right? What will that look like? Well, let's see here what these other three cards are here. Definitely a bright, yeah, the sun, a bright light shining in the sun, right? Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, which this Page of Cups, they're holding the Ace of Cups, which is my self love. And I, I'm just kind of sitting in this because I just feel like someone says something and they're meaning it in a way like, you know, like, well, look all the losers you chose in the past. They're just a reflection of who you are, you know, and they're just like, wow. And they mean it as like a jab, but it brings them enlightenment, right? And they're like, yeah, present company accepted too. But they're like, wow, wow. And it totally, like, whatever this jab is that this other person says, it has the complete opposite effect. They were looking for, you know, a trigger to blow up and, but instead they remain calm and they're like, "Wow, say that again." And they're like, "I'm not going to say that again." They're like, "There's something here," and I just feel like it just connects things inside that allows them to go, "Yeah, okay, this just helps me." And it feels very calm, like eerily calm, where they're like, "What the hell just happened?" Right? Wow. Where they're just like, because I don't know, like whatever the therapy, whatever that they're going through, something that is said just allows them to go, you know, like instead of the nuclear explosion happening out here, it's like that little emoji where the brain is just going, wow, you just blew my mind, you know. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, looking at their worth in relationship to the outside in a different world. And it does create a different opportunity in the outside world. Queen of Pentacles. Yep, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to do what's right for me. So it does feel like it does involve them making a decision here, but it makes a decision for themselves and in a very healthy way, which is refreshing with all this. But it does feel that it does involve them and that they're realizing, yeah, you know, there's this interesting, they're just bringing this meme from Instagram. Let me, I should be able to find it really quick because they're wanting me to pull it up here. Stop. Come on. Oh, here it is. Just took a minute for the menu to appear here. I saved it because I knew they were gonna use it, but it had to do. Oh, here it is. Nope, that isn't it. Oh, here. Ever since I read, this is from War Paint Journal, is the Instagram person. Ever since I read, an argument is two people rushing to be the victim. I started seeing arguments in a completely different light. Now I'm not interested in battles of ego disguised as communication. It's either we're having a respectful, solution oriented conversation, or we're not talking at all. I choose peace over point scoring. right? Another but I love that because I feel like that's where they're coming from now, where they're realizing arguments are just, a race to who's gonna be the biggest victim. I'm tired of that, and I feel like they're tired of that, and that's why they really listen to what the other person is saying, and that's what makes them go, "Hmm." So they're making choices for mother nature, mother nurture. Let's see what the fortune cookie says here with the angel number here too. This actually feels it actually feels like there's this I don't know, it feels like this is going to be completely different. Whatever energy just came in with this Sagittarius full moon, I feel like they're realizing I need to take a step back and find out what I really want instead of jumping from situation to situation, relationship to relationship. This energy feels very much about me choosing me, and I need to break cycles, and I need to step back and look at what I want in life. That's the kind of energy that I feel like with this. I feel like, it's a big whatever this aha does, it's just like I need to step back and make decisions for myself more so. Yeah, look, the devil card, but we have reflect. Love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. And listen to this. It says several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. And by better person is use it to become someone who's more in alignment with who you really want to be. So I feel like there's this huge change where they're just wanting to step back from everyone and everything to figure out what is it that I truly want instead of being on like this reactionary path instead. So very, very different. And this candle just burnt out. I just smelled the smoke. The candle, it's time for reevaluation. I feel a lot here. So interesting, interesting. So that is what they have there for you, Olivia. I know what is happening here. And let's see here. So I actually need to be headed off here in a moment here for my YouTube channel members. Let's see, the change within is it a good thing? What will happen as a result of the realization after their reevaluation? That is unknown right now. I feel like um, the big piece is for them to go and discover who they really are. Is the big piece of all this is um, they have to go figure out who they are right now and what they really are wanting instead of what they feel like they're supposed to want. And I just feel like there's this huge shift. Again, this Sagittarius full moon and sorry, I'm doing two things at once here because I do need to jet here in a sec. But I will be back, everybody. Um, but I feel like it is a time of huge self-realization and they're realizing I've been trying to be someone that isn't who I want to be. And now I need to go sit with myself somewhere and I need to stop like going from relationship to relationship. Almost like there's this realization I had that I was a serial monogamist. I'd go from relationship to relationship to relationship without doing any inner work in between. That doesn't work out too well. Just FYI to everybody. I'm sure you probably guys already know. You're like, yeah, we know that. But it very much is a huge change for them that's coming in here. And they don't give me any more beyond that right now because I feel like they need to. Uh, there's so many different possibilities and different ways they can go with it, with that energy. So very interesting. All right, everybody, I'm gonna head off here to spend some time with my YouTube channel members, my Praying Mantis members, about an hour, hour and a half. I will be back to finish out all the readings. I've got 2 for Michelle Smith for donations, Moonlight 5, Sean G times 3, Moonlight, Gabriella, Maria, and then to Sonali, and then Sudeshna times 7. Thank you for your patience. We'll make you first, of course, like I said I was. So put that there. And then all of the free readings I will also complete. I will post a pinned comment after this one, which ones I completed with timestamps. And then when I come back for the evening session, I will also post a pinned comment listing the all the donations with the timestamps as well. So you can guys find your readings super quick. And thank you again for all your patience in getting to your readings. I know sometimes spirit goes deep into stuff. And I feel like it's for all of us to learn from. And so thank you for your patience in getting to your readings and all the love, all the support. If you didn't check out the beginning where we went over a beautiful little ceremony for Solstice and Litha, however you pronounce it. Be sure to check that out at the beginning. Also, if you haven't, let me see here. Where's my, oh, here it is. If you haven't checked out the um, how to get into my weekly June drawings for a chance at winning a personal recorded reading, be sure to check that video out. Also, we have Cancer Sun season. Of course, that starts today. So if you want to check that out, happy birthday, all you uh, Cancer Sun babies. Also, we have solstice readings for each element, like air signs, fire signs, water signs. All those are free if you want to check those out. Be sure to do so. All right, but I got a jet, got to run over there. So thank you guys so much again for all your love and support. And remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? It's a playground. Go play. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.